Hey guys and girls, and welcome back to Greatest Good Tarot. I hope you're doing well and keeping out of mischief. Yes, this is a very lovely day. You know why? Because every day's a lovely day. That sounded rubbish. But it's true. It's a present. The present day is a present to you. It's a gift. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Did that sound convincing? I think that did sound convincing, and that's why I'm sticking to it. So... yeah, I'm in a weird mood. So this reading here, and before we really deep dive and stuff like that, the same thing is happening primarily in Germany, in France, and that kind of stuff. We're using China. No, sorry, I keep getting these confused because they're basically the same at the moment. I'm going to get in so much trouble. We're using Canada as an example, with everybody leaning most Western countries leaning towards China, then leaning towards America, where even though America has all the growth at the moment and China is up a certain creek without a paddle, same as Japan, and we talked about that on the membership side. However, I thought it'd be interesting to use Canada as a case study of what's going on, because, like I said, all countries are doing this. Almost in lockstep, almost at the same bloody time as each other. It's interesting how that happens, isn't it? It's almost orchestrated, you'd think. So yeah, I thought we'll use Canada and China. I should have chosen another country as It's basically Cheney and Carney all over again. I know they're different. I know, but in my noggin, my silly dyslexic mind, they just blend together. Anyway, that's what we're doing. So, yeah, sit back, relax, chill, relax, enjoy yourself. All right. So, can we have an insight using Canada as a case study to what's going on towards China for the greatest good for all concerned? Thank you. Always be appreciative. Yes, please do. It's always appreciative. Rule number 1. It's a snapshot of now. Balancing out. Ooh. Okay. Right. This here feels like Canada. This feels like China. Okay. And like I said, we talked about a little what's going on in the world at the moment on the membership side. So in brief kind of shenanigans, China is up a little bit of a certain creek without a paddle. And a couple of years ago, if you remember, everybody over there was investing in all these ghost cities that we all saw on news footage and blah, 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 and people walking around them in Yao Chow Land and stuff like that. And now they're demolishing them. And there's a big old kind of property bubble bursting kind of shenanigans going on there. There's other things going on as well, but just like little kind of data points. So they're trying to balance out the situation, but they know they're stuck. Okay. This is on top of, as we know, kind of undermining all the markets based on either cheap labor or slave labor. So naturally they can do a product vastly cheaper than everybody else because they're not playing by the same rules. But they're stuck. Yeah, they're stuck. This feels like they're tied up in kind of crazy. Okay. Here, as a case study, Canada, Carney rushing in. This feels like galloping in. Obviously, it's a horse. I get it. But I mean, this is real fast, quickly, new foundations, that kind of thing. Might I just say, Canadaio people love kisses. How on earth you thought it was a good idea to vote for this plonker in, I genuinely don't know. Okay? He was one of the architects that crashed the UK, being the governor of Bank of England. He pretty much did every single thing that went against the will of the people, the benefit of the people, that kind of thing. He is, in my humble opinion, a horrible person. And the fact that you know, quite rightly, you do you, boo, and all that kind of stuff. But the fact that you've now got one of the primary architects of this whole kind of alphabet spaghetti, WEF, and all that kind of stuff in charge is crazy to me. Now, put it into the like little kind of caveat there. You're easily going to say, Gigi, he turned up in 2013 and the big crash was in 2008, 2007 kind of era. Yeah, get it. But pretty much every action he did was made things worse, not better, in my humble opinion. And so the fact that he's now prime minister of a country anywhere, not just Canada, is like, what? Sorry, what? How is he still? Why is he not being investigated? Why is he not in, like, maybe some sort of prison or something? You know, it's that kind of thing, in my humble opinion. A lot of them are like that, but just as an example, it's like it proves that in private world, if you fail, you're done for. In the public sector, you fail, you somehow roll up. It's craziness. Gravity doesn't seem to work in their world. So, but the new foundation's very excited. Oh, look at us, isn't it great? So China, they hold all the cards. Empress. Literally what we were talking about there. All the investments, all the ways they've been doing it. No one technically owns anything over there. Basically, they're like the cheap labor, everything. They hold all the cards. Flirting with ideas, possibilities, determination. So this is an ideological move, this determination to lean towards China. This is literally what I was bloody saying about the Bank of England. It's like, it's an ideological thing that he's doing these things, printing more money and all that kind of stuff. When he was Bank of England governor. And same again, it's an ideological reason why he's leaning towards China instead of the best things for Canada. Do you see what I'm saying? It's an ideological thing. We're still reaping the benefits of his because things have got worse. And similar situation here. Seven of Pentacles, reviewing the situation. Notice how the unicorn is looking at this over here. So even though they're tied up, they're screwed themselves. The WEF, especially for like a couple of decades now, and it's open on their website and on like YouTube videos and stuff on their official YouTube channel, for goodness sake. It's all there, where not only have they for years had two meetings, shall we say. We only ever hear about Davos, but they always, in the summer months, do another one in another city in China. And it's been doing this for years, okay? And they've all said, WEF, that they want to lean more towards China. They see China as the new way forward, to demolish the West and to move to China. Broad strokes, but that's basically it. Well, basically demolish the dollar as the reserve currency. They've tried to do that in other ways, like oil, which is now for how long has it been now? It must be almost a decade now, maybe a bit longer. That is now being traded. Not only was it in dollars, but also I believe in euros as well. That kind of thing. So the fact that China here hold all the cards, hold all the thing. They've manipulated markets to get to where they are in many different ways. Seven of Pentacles here. We've got where do we want to plant the next seed, right? Because the traditional Seven of Pentacles is Six of Pentacles on one side. This is the crop in this field. Do we want to put this seventh pentacle in the next field? Is this crop worthy enough for us to plant again, or is there something else going on, or blah, blah, blah? The reviewing the situation in that respect. Page of Pentacles, all in. This is planting the seed of opportunity and some, because obviously they want to, this is the, with this determination, really want to hook in as much as possible to this, this new field, as it were. They're actually coming in with more seeds, more things. Let's reap and sow together, kind of thing. Wheel of Fortune. That feels like it's in its reverse state. All the others seem to be, let me just clarify. Yeah. All the others are in their upright state. This is the first one that's kind of like this upheaval, this kind of going cray-cray. Because normally upright is good luck, good karma, good destiny, good. This is gonna backfire quite quickly. This feels like really quite quickly for the people, not necessarily the ideologues. Oh, look at us with big words. Yeah. So overarching energy, the truth of the situation. Knight of Swords rushing in. Truth, knowledge, wisdom, clarity, information, data, evidence. Underlying energy. It's all about principles. King of Pentacles. It's all about principles and their values. Do you see what I'm saying? It's all about that. It's all about ideology. It's not about what's beneficial to China. Okay? And this is history repeating itself. Exactly the same sort of thing was happening when he was in charge of Bank of England. It's almost identical. Because remember, these are all the same people who believe in kind of this the magic money tree, or the what's it called? The modern monetary theory and all that kind of stuff. Debt, cheap debt, print, all that kind of stuff. Which no one really will be able to pay back, right? It like burden the situation to then, oh, look, here's the answer. The same people who caused the problem have got the answer. We just hook up with China. We'll use China and their currencies to be the reserve currency now and all that kind of stuff. And we'll move as a board of risk kind of thing. Move everything attached to them instead of anywhere else. Fun times. Fun. So here's a snapshot of now. Like I said, this is a case study. It's happening everywhere. All right? I'm not trying to bully Canada here. I'm just like, you're not the only ones, okay? For goodness sake, as I'm recording this, Stuttery Starmer is still over in China. It's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, let's have a butcher's at this. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. The energies around this, as we like to call it, the gossip level. If you're new here, we always do the shuffle on screen for you, okay? So you know that I'm not stacking the decks. I'm not doing anything in particular. There's no cuts. There's no nothing, all right? So you know, I know, we all see the cards at the same time and kind of go from there. So what's the energies surrounding this situation for the greatest good for all concerned? Thank you, thank you. Always be appreciative. There's some sort of purpose, there's like another diminishing. I'm seeing those light switches with the kind of the toggle instead of the switch. It's like you push it and then you can dim a switch. That's what it's called. I'm seeing one of them. It's almost a bully, almost like the only option then will be more integration with China kind of thing. Right. So, here we go. Temperance, control puppet. Okay, Hangman, lies, deception. This feels like the energy around it all. Okay, not just left and right, like China, Canada. This feels like more all-encompassing. You reap what you sow. It's a virus spreading. It always amazes me when all these politicians blatantly lie, in my humble opinion. Well, look at their actions, okay? They say something and then they do something entirely different. Where they say, like back in the day over here with David Cameron, it was all about kind of leveling up. We've got to level up. We're leveling up everybody. We've got to level up everybody. And this is during Carney and all that kind of stuff at the Bank of England, everyone's living went down, squashed. It's worse now, but it was squashed. It's like the opposite happened. Strange how that happens, isn't it? Oh, we want to do this. Well, growth, all that. But worse happens. Yeah, you say one thing, but the other thing. That's what I'm getting from the lies. It's purposeful. That dimmer switch keeps. It's almost like flashing, like an alarm on a panel. You know, the little flashy light kind of thing. Empress. Act now. Oh dear. The Page of Cups. Takeout, uproot. Chariot. Innocence, truthful. This. And I don't like to say things so grand, if you get me. And I don't want, like, never for people to just take my opinion and go with it kind of thing, if you get what I'm saying. It's up to you. You do you, boo. Okay? But this line here is really kind of, you're not part of this. You, me, yeah? The peasants, us lot, we're truthful and innocent in this situation, right? This is the cray-cray of the quote-unquote elites, as it were, thinking they're so self-righteous that they can do whatever they want and go and do this sort of thing. They've got to be taken out. Like elections, that kind of thing. Yeah? This whole kind of progressive agenda needs to be stopped in its tracks, because like the innocence here also means like we're going to be the unknowing victims. We're the innocent party, yeah, of this reap what you sow kind of virus, airborne virus. Act now. It amazes me how everybody of a certain level are pearl clutching when Trumpy Trump said to Carney, basically, you're not going to be the port for cheap tap from China. There'll be 100% tariff on you. Okay? And it's also interesting, and this needs to be highlighted a lot more, because it was lost in translation, it felt like last week, where... And it's primarily the media's fault, okay? Whipping it up into cray-cray. It's like Trump calls out Carney. Carney then says with his media ilk, basically, see how Trump hates Canadao people and like Canada and all this kind of stuff. Oh, he hates you, hates us. Oh, bad Trump. Trump bad Trump. No. He's punishing Carney and his ilk. Last week, when he was calling out that you can't trust, and like the whole rigmarole of veterans and things like that, it was poorly written, right? Don't get me wrong. I'm not an apologist for that at all. But he clearly said he can't trust NATO leaders. Yeah, it was the leaders that he was having a go at, the leaders who were getting punished for their actions. Yet they whipped it up into a frenzy of, oh, Trump, oh, he should apologize for that. He's having a go at our beautiful veterans and frontline personnel and all that kind of stuff. Blah, blah, blah. And then, divinely guided almost, all of a sudden this week, Starry Starmer, all his past interests have all come out about his true feelings about veterans. Yeah? Do you see what I'm saying? It's like he's not, 9 times out of 10, he is not attacking Trumpy Trump, bad Trump bad. He's purposely attacking the leaders and their ilk for their stupidity and this kind of ideology they're going towards. Okay? That's what he's doing. He can't trust NATO, is what he's said. And look at their actions. Yeah? Oh, we can't. Oh, Greenland, blah, 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 blah. But send only like a handful of people. Yeah? Ignoring the fact that China's ships and submarines are all over there. Ignoring the fact that Russia's. What are these people, boots on the ground, are going to do? Swim out to these. What are they? What exactly are these people supposed to be doing? How are you defending Greenland? Yeah? It's basically calling out. Take responsibility, Denmark. You say this is yours, or we'll do it for you. But we want guarantees. Yeah? I should charge for this translation of Trumpy Trump. I really should. Everyone else is a consultant, it seems, right now. But here, it's like the same thing. But this is us, you and me. And obviously in this reading, it's primarily Canada people, but this could easily be Australia, New Zealand, France, Germany, Spain. Oh, Spanish. What the Spanish doing at the moment? Bloody hell. And all that kind of stuff. Because they're all part of this ideology. Yeah, this cult. This religious kind of entity that they're all kind of lockstep in. Yeah? So, I know that's a tangent. I appreciate it, but it's like putting it into context here. That this is not divinely guided. Yeah? We're innocent in all this. We've got to take these buggers out. The lies, deception, reap what you sow, that kind of thing. We've got to act now. We've got to act pressure on them and that kind of thing. 7 of Pentacles. But just doing their job. I'm just doing my job. Blah, blah, blah. Page of Pentacles. Tensions are escalating. Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Hand over. Overarching energy. Drone strike. Bombardment. Okay? So they're going to do it anyway. They don't care what the will of the people are. Yeah? They really don't care. Like I said, this ideology. Underlying energy. Disclosure. This bombardment, this could be Twitter, social media, that kind of thing. Finally, maybe even mentioned on the news about the true kind of extent of crazy that they're all sipping the Kool-Aid of this cult. Not you and me, them. So, this is not good. This is really not good. All right, let's go to the outcome then. You know what? I'm going to slap some. The energy around this is just bleh, bleh. Cheers, my dears. I just slurp a coffee just to. It's just arrogance around this reading. And like I said, this is not just Canada. Yeah, this is everywhere, right? This is they know best. Anyway, can I remind people just a little bit? I know this is about Canada and stuff like that. Can I just remind people that start with Starman? It's like working people. Know what? We're making history here today. Working people. That no prime minister has been here for 8 whole years. And I'm thinking to myself, wow, people couldn't have been alive then. My goodness, that's so far. Oh, it's historic. Blah blah. Oh, you numpty. But working people. What we've achieved is visa-free access. Right. Theresa May went there 8 years ago, and what was it? £9 billion investment she got. Reeves went there a couple of months ago, and she got 600 million. Working people. Breakfast Club. Yeah. These people, seriously. It's just like, where do they get off? You know, that's the problem. It's like, get off, just get off, go away. No one likes you. Go away. And I think I'm going to do a reading. I've been really pushed to do a general vibes reading, which is for the members side for Canada and Alberta, because the independence movement there is really growing now. And from my understanding, I may be wrong, but my understanding is that Alberta is the place where it's kind of got the oil, it's got the this, it's got a reasonable nest egg of sexy, which is funding like a majority, not all of it, obviously, but majority of Canada and that kind of thing. So that will be coming out today, and then I'll be back sorting out Patreon before it goes live. So. Two more. Okay. So just as a reminder for the Patreon thing, just to completely clarify, because I've obviously done a bad job and not made it clear that free YouTube, if you don't pay for this channel, nothing's changing. All right. Still going to be here. You can subscribe, dingling the bell, all that jazz. You'll still be here. It's all good. Don't worry. The elite side, our paid membership here on YouTube is moving to Patreon from the 1st of February onwards. And then from the 1st of March, so there's that month transition where in February we'll be posting at both. And at the 1st of March, I'm closing entirely the membership here on YouTube for two reasons. One, it makes sure that no one's getting billed twice, and two, much more importantly, so that we've got a clear cut. It's clean. There's no mucking around. Hopefully the algorithm will stop being a bit of a numpty and all that jazz. Right. Okay. Yeah. Lots of copying and pasting has been going on. Right. So here we go. The outcome. Defending their ground. The control puppet, the WEF and all that kind of stuff. Defending their reasoning, defending their ground, all that kind of stuff. Lies and deception, putting the work in, spinning it, mucking it out, making it as, like I said, Trumpy Trump attacks the leaders. He doesn't attack the countries. He doesn't attack the people. He's like calling out the leaders. The numpties are part of this cult, club, whatever you want to call it. They'll slag him off, defending their ground, and then putting the work in to make it happen. Quick communications, quick movement, quick decision, holding on for dear life for their security. This is all Canada now. This is all Canada at the moment. Before it was kind of layers and the outcome here, China at the bottom here, but now this is all Canadian leaders. Carney, his ilk, his progressive agenda. Remember, progressives like what's happening in all our countries and wants more. Okay? Notice here in the UK, the Online Safety Act is not enough. They need to ban VPNs, and they need to do this, and they need to do that, and they need to lock down more and more and more. They're not listening to the will of the people. Instead, they're doubling down, tripling down. Same with Carney, same across in Aussie Place, Kiwi Land, France, Germany, all the others. Yeah? Putting the work in, put the action in, holding on for dear life, security blanket. Okay? Chariot, determination again. Taking a leap of faith. That's someone new, it feels like. Truth of the situation. This is someone new, or an entity new. That's them. Determination, the cult, what we keep on talking about, the fact that the chariot's come up twice. Yeah. This feels like the Fool card here. It's almost like a court I'm getting. It's almost like the Fool card feels almost like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a judicial review, or like a referendum on the treaty, or something along those lines. It's like the people standing up, because the king here is that entity. Like I said, Carney, all that lot is at the top. This is their ideology. Taking the leap of faith, kind of the will of the people, kind of putting roadblocks in. Hopefully this will work kind of energy. That's the authority, which, like I said, could be a court, judicial review, or something like that. Especially with this up here, the bombardment, putting the work in, bombarding everybody to try and get it over the line, that kind of thing, holding on for dear life, security blanket, got to make this work against this authority group. It feels like multiple people, like a building, an authority, something along those lines. The devil. Evil. Enough said on that. The leap of faith away from this evil kind of agenda. There's something here that it doesn't go well, clearly, but it exposes to the people what's really going on. I've just been reminded of a weird kind of, two weird things. Like video footage, like back in the day, kind of primarily because of poor encoding and stuff like that on online videos and stuff. Sometimes, do you remember there was conspiracy theories? They're all reptilian. Look, their eyes have gone reptilian and they're blinking the wrong way and stuff like that. And then, so there was that for a while. And the other one, it's similar to that kind of, I'm trying to pull it in again because it's just kind of flitted back out. I think I've just said enough to illustrate this, but the true extent of their nasty is coming out by their actions up here, even though it's not kind of enough. It's something along the lines of there's no mandate kind of thing, but the outcome is like there's a technicality, but the truth of their, like Carney and all that kind of stuff, his ilk, is exposed for all to see. Yeah? King of Cups. This is a new leader. I don't think he's been replaced necessarily, but this feels like a leader that's coming in from here to push back to judgment, the trumpet of truth. Yeah, calling it out. So this here, it could be a previous leader. It could be, I don't really know much about the individuals involved over in Canada. May even be a former prime minister, like back in the day, not Justin, whatever. It's like before him, like calling out what's really been going. The reason why I'm saying that, lover or hater, the equivalent to this would be at the moment for the UK would be a Liz Truss, who, rightly or wrongly, okay, tried to change things. The mini budget like Bank of England, shocking them again, kind of involved. Report came out years later saying, oopsie, it was our fault that everything went cray-cray. But it was enough to get her out so quickly because she wanted to change so many things. And the blob didn't want it. The blob actioned against it. It's that kind of energy where someone who's seen on the other side has had to deal with this internally is speaking truths here. Is speaking up about it. Knight of Pentacles. It's almost like a way forward. Like a proposed way forward. This doesn't feel like... It doesn't feel like the treaty, for example. It doesn't feel like... It feels like a mending bridges sort of energy. So it doesn't feel as if... Oh, they're out in the cold at the back there. It feels as if... And I really want to get into this Three of Swords here before we get into the Kipper deck at the end. But it's almost like a new way forward. Like building bridges again. Some may say that they're biding their time again, but it's kind of clubbing together again. Can we clarify the Three of Swords, please? Can we clarify the Three of Swords, please? Thank you. But justice is not done, it feels like. It's like this authority has the opportunity, but there is like one line in some random kind of legislation somewhere that allows people to do what they're doing, even if it's against the will of the people and all that malarkey. It's a technicality, it feels like. But yeah. Cut. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Ten of Swords. Queen of Wands. Taking charge. Mumsy. With the Queen of Pentacles. Overarching and hollow victory. Exactly. It's exposing the true evilness, the true narcissistic kind of cult that we're talking about here. Tower. So their win, so the backstabbing betrayals of the Ten of Swords here, taking charge, the Queen of Pentacles taking care of each other as the population type thing. King of Cups down here is, like I said, this voice of reason from the past coming in. This here does so much that their stability is over. You know what this feels like? This feels like the Canadian equivalent of Epping Hotel court case there, where on the record, in public record, court record, that the Home Office, the government's own department, Home Office, they're stating clearly that the human rights of the asylum seekers at the hotel are more important than the human rights of the locals. And that's why they shouldn't be able to close down the hotel. Okay? It's that kind of exposure. And that's the beginning of the end. This feels like the beginning of the end of craziness. There's something here about, even though the it's almost like the agreement, the movement, some of it happens, and not enough of it is able to be cemented in. It's almost like they run out of time, kind of energy. That's what the energy I'm getting here. They're like they run out of time before it can be written in stone, as it were. Building infrastructure, building new things. So they win the battle, but they don't win the war kind of thing. So that like whoever comes in next just rips it apart. It's just like, done. We ain't doing this. This is ridiculous. Yeah. It's got that kind of, so it's like on the brink and then it's pulled back. Right, Kipperdeck. Kipperdeck, here we go. There's also something here about, for you guys too, if you've just joined us in this far in, if you just joined us, excuse me, I'm getting her indoors is cold, so I'm sorry. Minnesota is another case study for you guys. It's a case study here for the UK, as it's now falling apart, and things are being exposed and things like that, how it's being orchestrated, soon how is it being paid for, where the money's going, all that kind of stuff. It's a case study for here. It's a case study for you guys. In fact, it's a case study for every Western country right now. It's kind of, and I've got to be careful what you say, kind of thing. But it's kind of like, if you've ever wondered why your taxes keep going up and up and up and up, and resources and services keep going down and down and down and down and down, take a look at Minnesota, case study, and how the system allowed it to happen. Yeah? The progressive system allowed it to happen. As if, like, over the last couple of weeks, with all the riots and protests and that kind of stuff, who all have aftercare paid for. They've got aftercare, they've got refreshment tables that have all been like video documented and stuff like that. They've got training manuals that they send around and like different things for different people and all that, and different zones, and they deploy people, and it's very well orchestrated. Who's paying for it? Yeah? It's the same thing with at the moment, but they reckon it's more and more, it's in the billions, they reckon. But it's now on record that over $700 million directly from the airport in Minnesota was being sent out by people, taken out the country by people. TSA flagged it. They were told to sit down, shut up, let it happen. That's over $1 million a day for 20 months. As long as it's been going on for, right? You and I can't even take 10,000. It's like, depending which country, it's like £10,000. Like, I think it's like $20,000. I may be wrong there, but either way, it's about £10,000 for us. We can't move that amount of money through an airport without all shenanigans go. Heck, we probably couldn't even do £5,000 without all hell breaking loose. Okay, without being investigated and stuff like that. But they were able to do that. Yeah. How many levels of control did it have to go through for it allowed to happen? To turn a blind eye. It's that kind of thing. Okay. This is why it's all falling apart. And it's not just Minnesota, right? This is way bigger. It's way bigger. How this progressive, I know I keep bashing on about it because left and right doesn't exist. Hasn't done for about 20, 30 years. Progressive agenda has been using the system in multiple different ways to get what they want. Okay? Privileged lady. There you go. Keeps coming up. It's them. Community. Okay? Interesting, the privileged lady is on the chariot there. The ideology, the determination, the drinking the Kool-Aid cult that we've been talking about here. Community, clubbing together, taking a leap of faith, wanting a vote, wanting a say, taking this to the court or some sort of review or something or other. Message of concern. Exactly. They've got to stop this any which way they want. Courtship, partners up. Concern again. This is what I'm on about. They're clubbing together to make sure this doesn't happen. They don't get the breakthrough they're hoping to get. And it ends up with even more concern. They're exposing themselves for the evilness they truly are. Yeah? This is what we're talking about here. And the same thing's going to happen in multiple countries. Overarching energy. Just doing my job. I'm just doing my job. Oh, it's always, I'm just doing my job. Always the excuse. Keeps coming up. I have morals. I have ethics, and I'm very honourable, you know. But if that's the case, then why are you not doing those things in the office? If you are these things, you can't take them, and I keep using this metaphor, you can't take it off like a coat and then hang it up by the door as you walk in the building to do your job. Oh, I'm just doing my job. If you were truly honourable and morally and ethically bound with substance, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. Yeah? Because you wouldn't be able to do it, because it would be ingrained in you that you couldn't do this. Yeah? Oh, I'm just doing my job. Secrets in the family room. A small group of people. If it's the house behind closed doors, yeah, stuff said behind closed doors. But this is a group, a small group in the family room. What's said in the family room stays in the family room. Yeah, oh, I'm just doing my job. It feels like this is going to be exposed. I don't know if there's minutes or some sort of evidence of some description, like a contract was signed after this meeting, or like there's definitely paperwork of some description connected to this meeting behind closed doors. That also brings concern, exposing how far they've taken this. This concern here feels akin not only to how far they're willing to go to prevent people to have a voice, a say of what's going on, but on top of that, oh, they don't want me to talk about it. Excuse me, my throat chakra went woo woo woo. But it's also there's something along like it's akin to what's going on right now in the UK, exposing the true morals and ethical movements of Statri Stama with the veterans. There's something to do with that as well. That they, like, whatever this meeting is here, is connected in it, like it's an expose of some description about their true agenda, their true values, their like who they really work for kind of energy. Yeah? Right. I'm going to leave it there for now. I hope this resonated. I hope this made sense. I hope that even though this is a bit it doesn't go completely to plan, the damage is done. Okay? The damage is exposed. It's like literally what's happening here in the UK. Right? But the damage is already done. Labour can't do anything. Yeah? They're stuck. They're getting their karma. They're locked down. Yeah? They can't move. They can say whatever they want. They can try and knee-jerk react and all that kind of stuff. Try and... but everyone, they're exposed. They're locked in and locked down. They can't get anything really achieved or done. It feels like a similar thing happening here, because it's against, and I don't want to like holier than thou or anything like that, but it's against the, like, not only the will of the people, but it's also against God's will, God's spirit universe, whatever you want to call them. It's not divinely guided. It's about a cult, not the true kind of where it's meant to go. All right. I'll add this here. You can go now, but like, here's a little kind of footnote. Put it on the record. That kind of thing. Obviously, as we're reviewing Patreon, making it all sorted and sexy, and go through my notes and things like that. For all the courses and stuff that we're going to be doing as well. What's the best way to describe it? One, I was amazed how, because it's been years since I've touched some of this stuff, how consistent I've been on these videos and stuff like that. But the main thing to take away from all this is, if you're, no matter if it's religious, like organized religions, or kind of hippie, new age, your own journey, the destination is what matters to me, right? I keep on saying it because it is true, right? I'm not on commission. It's just like, you do you, boo, kind of thing. Live and let live. The progressiveness of this, and it dawned on me last night, the night before, while I was reading my notes, was how the progressive, the privileged lady, this cult, whatever you want to call it, WEF, alphabet spaghetti, don't trust you. They don't believe that your free will is important. Okay? Which is all against how the world should work, how the energy flows, how religion or spirituality, or whatever buzzword you want to put on it, is supposed to go. And you would naturally, the more and more, and I'm just warning it for some people, you will naturally become like traditionally more far right. Not far right, but move right. Yeah. Because the right, even though it doesn't exist, wants accountability. They want morals and honor and like ethics and all that kind of stuff. They want kind of small businesses to thrive and independent and all that kind of thing. Less legislation and all that kind of stuff. I warn you now that even though left and right doesn't exist, the more you go into spirituality, you will naturally become more and more about you do you, boo. Live and let live kind of mentality, which is in stark contrast to the progressives, where everything has to be written down. If it's not written down, then you can't do it. We decree that you have human rights. They're not like, they believe that human rights are not like a God-given right, born with them, like that used to be prior to Tony Blair here in the UK, but are decreed to you by the progressives. Do you see the difference there? And I will warn you now that if you are kind of, you like being a bit lefty and that kind of stuff, I warn you that if you go down kind of like any form of route of spirituality, you will suddenly realize there will be this conflict between reality of the situation and, you know, God, spirit, universe, what you want to achieve, what you want to manifest, what you want to do. Okay. So it just feels as if with these two messages of concern, of the realization that that is really the only way of truly expressing yourself, spiritually manifesting, all that kind of stuff, is to be in like small government. Yeah. And that kind of thing. And admittedly, we've got Pluto and Aquarius and blah, blah, blah and stuff like that, which is all happening as well. And then we've got like fire horse happening in, is it fire horse or wildfire horse? Oh, something like that, isn't it? In the Chinese zodiac this year. It's all coming back to the passions of the little guy, you and me, right? Instead of these big agendas, it's local, supporting local families and farms and businesses and so on and so forth. Yeah, the local community, which we've got right there. So there will be some tests for some people to reassess who they're going to be like voting for, protesting against. Remember Gandhi with sensible shoes and deodorant if you are, yeah, peacefully protesting, all that kind of stuff. Because that's the ultimate goal at this present time. And the people with power are crapping themselves because they want to hold on to more power. Yeah? So they're going against the grain. They're going against the will of the people. They're going against the energy in the air for this chapter of life for the next 20 odd years. They're going against more centralized control, more this, more that is against the grain. So there's going to be a lot of turmoil internally as well as externally. And I think for some people watching this, they need that kind of acknowledgement, I suppose, is what I'm trying to do here. It's like you may have voted, as an example, Lib Dems or Labour here in the UK for years and years and years and years and years, forever. Your family have done it, everyone's done it, right? Through the generations. But it's a situation where for true what's the best way to describe it? For true kind of expression, for true kind of truly living in the divine, as it were. Yes, they've got to have, there's always going to have to be some laws, right? I'm not anarchy, right? I'm not anarchist, but we had it pretty good with common law and a few other bits and bobs. But it's like there needs to be this transition of breaking down institutions and breaking down the pay packets of all these different people that have been covered up in all sorts of shenanigans. And we're going to see a lot more exposing happening. This is the transition. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to prepare people for, there is going to be a bit cray-cray. There is they're going to try and make it out, like we said before, make it out as our fault somehow. Trumpy Trump, bad Trump, bad Trump, bad Trump, like somehow attacking you and me when he's exposing the leadership. Yeah? It's that kind of thing. We need to spend some time to realize the baggage that we should take on and what is not ours to return to sender. No, this is Stuttery Starmer's fault. It's got nothing to do with us. You see what I'm saying? It's not our problem. It's your problem that you caused. You're clearly not good enough. You should be going. Resign already, kind of thing. It's that kind of, and I'm hoping, like some people who are here, obviously, like, of course, teacher, you're saying blatant obvious. But we have to remember there's always new people coming in, and we always remember that we have to support these. To like this, it's okay. This is kind of by design. It's all right. This transition. All right. Anyway, I think I've said enough. Excuse me, but I think that's enough. But I hope that's the life raft. It's like, all right, that buoyancy, that kind of head above the water kind of thing. It's like, okay, we understand the kind of like the battle plan, the chessboard, whatever you want to metaphor you want to put in there. We know it now. Okay, it's not us, it's them. It's this cult, this privilegedness, the self-righteousness. They think they know best and all that kind of. Yeah. So if you can if anything else that you take along or take away from this, or is I would recommend, because it ain't me, right? You do you, boo. I would recommend judging whether or not things are your burdens, or judging whether they're actually someone else's burdens and taking it on respectively. Okay? That feels like a very big, for the next couple of weeks, months, it feels like it's going to be the big kind of change. What's the best way to describe it? The big kind of shift energetically. So, yeah, reflect on that. Okay, and start trying to judge it whether or not it is or not our problem. That kind of thing. Anyway, enough is enough, right? So if you enjoyed this, please tell me something like, hype if you can, all that good stuff. Do YouTube things. Comment down below if you've been reading along. However, until next time where we do this crazy shenanigans all over again, take care. Look after yourself. Be well. And thank you for your company. I'll speak to you soon. See you later. Ta-ra.